comparing quadratic functions in different forms. So let's take a look. And we learned this in the last section, might as well go back over it. So standard form's good for the y-intercept. The y-intercept is simply just c. Vertex form's good for the vertex. Remember, it shifts to left or right depending upon if it's positive or negative, up or down. And then last, factored form is good for the x-intercepts. And don't forget vertex form, it's the opposite on the inside. So if it's a minus, it goes to the right. If it's a positive, it goes to the left. But on the outside, if it's a positive, it goes up, minus goes down. So don't forget that. So let's take a look at this. So they're giving us two functions. Which one has the greater y-intercept? Well, if we look at the standard form, we could see the y-intercept is 4. And if we look at the graph, this y-intercept is 3. So which one is greater? And this is a common core problem, the typical thing you'll see on the CASP. Very simple problem, right? So just be careful. F is represented by the algebra here. G is represented by the graph. So the algebraic function, which is f, has a greater y-intercept than the one on the graph. So f is greater than g. F has a greater y-intercept than g, and that is a. Excuse me. Which function has a greater minimum? So here, vertex form, we know it's going to go to the right 3 and up 4. So this one has a minimum of 4. Okay, so that's the algebra. Let's look at the graph. This is g of x. It's to the right 4 and has a minimum of 2. So which one's greater? Which one's a greater minimum value? 4 would be a greater minimum value. This one has the minimum of 2, and this one has that minimum of 4. So 4 is greater than 2. So f, once again, will have the greater minimum value. What about concavity? Well, concavity has to do with the number in front of x squared. So this graph here, this is called concave down. It's a sad face. But if we look here, it's a positive. So this one's concave up. So they don't have the same concavity. No, they don't. F is concave up and G is concave down. Look, G is the graph, F is the algebra. So there you go. So just be careful which one's F and which one's G. Double check, and you should be fine. It's not that difficult of a assignment, but very important as far as Common Core. This is the typical stuff they like to ask.